All right, ladies and gents, here we go. It is time for the one and only quadratic formula. Today is the day. We are doing it all together. One big fell swoop. Here we go. Quadratic formulas, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Remember that the b squared minus 4ac, right, that discriminant, okay, that you explained to me so beautifully, tells you if you have two answers, one answer, or you have no solutions, right? And so why and how are you going to get two out of this one formula? Well, here, it's right here, okay? It's in the plus and the minus. That's where it's going to come from. The other thing that I want you to remember is that the quadratic formula only works when you have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to a 0. So if you don't have it equal to a 0, you better go get it. What we're going to do right now is we're going to do a couple of these problems from this worksheet that you all tried to do the other day. But we're going to do a couple of these. We're actually going to do these 4 that are starred. So please go number them. I'm looking for them in your notes. So I should see them in your notes. Okay. Here's what the very first thing that I want you to do with every single problem that you do. I want you to go in and I want you to write that formula for each and every one of them. So when I look at your paper, I should see 11 formulas. Ladies and gents, this is how you are going to have this puppy memorized. Okay, quadratic formulas, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. By the way, there's a brain research that says that if you can put something to the tune of music, that you are more likely to remember it. It's just a little brain study that some people had done, but that's why you and I tend to remember songs, okay? Remember songs. So again, I want to see this formula. So we're going to write negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, okay? Now let's go start plugging some stuff in. What I like to do is I like to go in and I like to label my A, B, and C. So I'm going to put a 1 and I'm going to call that A. I'm going to label B, but I'm going to circle the symbol in the front. I'm going to show you why in a couple of minutes, okay? So there's B, and then C, same thing. I like to circle the symbol in the front. That tells me if that number is positive or negative, okay? All right, let's go plug it in. So I'm going to do the opposite of B. What's an opposite of positive 4? Negative 4 plus or minus the square root of. Here comes that discriminant that we practiced, okay? B squared, what's 4 squared? 16 minus 4 times 1 times 3, because this is 4ac. And then do not forget, every bit of this is over 2 times a, or 2 times 1. Okay. All right, let's go start doing a little bit of math. So here we go, negative 4 plus or minus. I'm just going to do some simplifying. 4 times 1 is 4, times 3 is 12. 16 minus 12 makes 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay. We know the square root of 4, so one of my answers is going to be negative 4 plus, what is the square root of 4? 2. Nice. Divided by 2. The other answer is going to be negative 4 minus 2 divided by 2. All right, let's go figure these out. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2 divided by 2 makes negative 1. Negative 4 minus 2, negative 6 divided by 2, negative 3. My two answers are negative 1 and negative 3. Done. Let's do it again, okay? Number 2. Sometimes with quadratic formula, it's going to take you one time and you got it. Some people, it's going to take 2 times and you got it. Some people are going to take like 7 times and finally get it, okay? But I promise you will get it. The more practice, the better. All right, number 2 says x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. So remember what we did the first time? First thing we need to do is go label A, B, and C. So A is 1, B, -7, C, +10. I need to write the formula, -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Let's go plug and chug. Okay. All right. Now I need to do -b. So what's the opposite of -7? +7. Good, good. All right. Plus or minus square root of b squared. -7 times -7 is +49. Minus 4 times 1 times 10. All divided by 2 times 1. All right, let's go do a little bit of simplifying. This negative and -7 becomes a +7. Plus or minus. 49 minus 4 times 1 is 4 times 10 is 40. So what is 49 minus 40? Sometimes I like to put that over there on the side so I know what I'm doing. I get a square root of 9. Nice. All right, 2 answers. 7 plus 3 divided by 2. 7 minus 3 divided by 2. The square root of 9, remember, is 3. So this becomes 10 divided by 2, which is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay, so our 2 answers are +5 and +2. All right, let's keep going. I want to show you number 10. I also want to show you one of these problems that have these weird like roots in them. What is that all about, right? So let's do one of those, okay? So let's go do number 10. Number 10 says 3x squared plus 5x plus 1 equals 0. Keep in mind, I should see this in your notes, okay? Remember, you got to put this in your notes. All right, here we go. First thing we're going to do is label A, B, C. Write the formula. Quadratic formula is -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Maybe that'll be your next bonus question. Can you sing me a song? Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? Opposite of b. What's the opposite of +5? -5. Plus or minus square root of 5 squared is 25 minus 4 times 3 times 1, all divided by 2a, 2 times 3. Let's go do some simplifying. 4 times 3 times 1 is 12, and I need to figure out what 25 minus 12 is. So I have -5 plus or minus the square root of, it looks like this is going to be a 13. Do you know what the square root of 13 is in your head, or are you going to need a calculadore? Guess what? I need a calculator for that, but before I jump into a calculator, I'm going to go look over here at my paper and check it out. 5 plus the square root of 13 divided by 6, I'm sorry, -5 plus or minus, I see right here. So I don't need a calculator. I'm done. Number 10 is ATH. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Cross out the box that contains the solution set. So I'm crossing this out. Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and cross out, since I'm here, -1 and -3. And I'm going to cross out 5, 2, because that's what I got for the other ones. Let's do uno mas, ladies and gents. Uno mas. Number 11. All right, 3y squared minus 2y minus 8 equals 0. Again, copy this in your notes, okay? Copy it in your notes. So here we go. A, B is -2, C is -8. Do you have to write the formula? Yes, you do. Quadratic formula is -b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Please, Miss Hunsaker, don't sing. Doing it anyway. All right, here we go. Ready? -b. Oh, what's the opposite of a -2? +2 plus or minus Square root of b squared, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, minus 4 times 3 times negative 8, all divided by 2a, 2 times 3. So I'm just plugging in the numbers. Let's go do some math, okay? I have 2 plus or minus the square root of something. Well, what is that something? So let's see. I know I'm going to have 4. This is going to give me a negative 12 times negative 8. Did I ever tell you that I failed my 12s when I was in school? I still sometimes don't know what 12 times 8 is. So 12 and 8 is going to be a 96. And since there's 2 negatives, I'm going to be adding 96. Okay? So 4 plus 96 gives me a 100. All this is divided by 6. What is the square root of 100 again? 10. So we're going to do 2 plus 10 divided by 6. 2 minus 10 divided by 6. 2 plus 10 is 12. 12 divided by 6 makes 2. 2 minus 8, or 2 minus 10 is negative 8. Divided by 6, what? Well, if I reduce this fraction, I'm going to get a negative 4/3. Sorry that I'm running off my page. So I'm looking for a 2 and a negative 4/3. And if I look at my paper, there she blows, crossing it out. All right, ladies and gents, your job is to do all 11 problems. Okay, I want to see those 4 copied in your notes. So copy them into your notes. You're also going to write that formula 11 times. I want to see it. All right. Happy formula. Whoop, whoop.